never really see people do this, but I'm gonna give a quick shout out to some of my favorite XJW channels. Comment if you think I should check somebody out that I didn't mention. There is probably one or two people that I didn't write down, but I was meaning to, I just never got to it. So, let me go over this list real quick. Alright. So, I'm going to try to go from people that I watch the least to people that I watch the most. And people that have the most influence on me. Alright, so we got Vivian, Boz Media, The Worldly Woman, XJW Fifth, let's see, I should have wrote this a little bit better. Thanason Jackson, Thanason, there you go. Lisa's Awake, The Shunned Podcast, that's a big one. Stop the Shunning, she's really good. Same Old T actually motivated me to make this channel, which was a big motivation. K.O.V.TV, JW Thoughts channel with Wale, really good stuff. Awaken Truth, and the one and only Lloyd Evans. He was probably the first prominent big name XJW, and his stuff is good till this day. Yeah, so that's my list. If you got a list, comment your list, or if you got somebody that I should check, you recommend that I check out, put that in the comment section too. But the main purpose of my video today was I try not to do this. I try not to get into these discussions with my mother, but it kind of just happened because that's really the only thing on her mind is the organization, and the contradictions that she deploys are very amusing too. I mean, she'll say something and then she'll say, no, I'm not telling you to join the religion or organization. They don't even consider sometimes it's just funny, like they don't even consider the organization a religion per se. At least that's what I'm getting. That's the impression that I'm getting. Because she'll say something like, no, I don't want you to join our religion. I want you to become more aligned with Jehovah. And I'm like, okay, that's joining your religion. But they don't consider it joining them. Like she doesn't see it as a religion. You know what I'm saying? She thinks, like, if I had to draw a conclusion, I think she thinks of it as like some kind of like a charity, you know, like they're doing good work, like a goodwill, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't see it as a you know, a place, like a worshiping campaign, like, because worshiping is not enough. You gotta recruit, right? You can't just, if worshiping was enough, she would just keep her opinion, keep her faith to herself. If it's making you happy, you know, then if you like it, I love it. You know, like I've told her that before too. I'm like, Mom, if you like it, I love it. Why are you so? If it works for you, well, you know, then it works for you. That's it. Like that's peace in life. In life, nothing is more peaceful than you doing what works for you and leaving everybody else alone. Like that, as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you're not abusing anybody, that's peace. I see that as the most peaceful thing you can do. Anything other than that is not peace. It's an act of violence in a sense. You're disturbing my peace when you come at me and try to tell me to live my life the way you expect me to live it. That's not. I can see if I'm screwing up and you give me some advice. That's good. That's always a good thing. But you just coming into my life and telling me how to live, and the way that I'm living is unacceptable. That's not peace. I cannot agree with anybody that thinks that is peaceful. But one of the interesting things that she said was she would not be alive today if it was not for the organization. And she said it about like 10 times during the conversation. And I was like, well, Mom, I'm sorry you did not find, I'm sorry you weren't driven. You didn't find the drive to have more meaning in your life than a doomsday call. Even though I didn't say those words, I didn't say doomsday call, but I'm like, I'm sorry you couldn't find more meaning in your life than some people trying to scare you on a daily basis about some prophecy that there's no evidence for, and you decided to give up your whole entire existence and all the meaning that your life could have had behind it. You decided that this was the path that made the most sense to you. And I had to call my boy up immediately because I had to talk to him about this. I was like, man, and my boy, he was never a JW, but he understands where I'm coming from, because he understands a religious dogma. And I just had to tell him, like, man, if that's not the lowest level of IQ that I can come across, I don't know what is, because I'm just like, man, like, it's crazy to see the level of control and priority that religion has over my mom, and I just had to sit back, because I was starting to get mad like I normally do, but I had to like fall back and just be like, Mom, my goodness, okay, all right, I get it. Because she was being defensive. She was saying, I should probably elaborate more on how the level of defensiveness that she takes, but I don't know if I can do it. I'll probably have to write it down and then summarize it and kind of break down the talking points, because it was like the way she was adamant about her position was just, and then everything I said, she would say something along the lines of, no, just go find somebody to study with. Find somebody to study. I'm like, Mom, these people are not qualified to talk to me. What? She thinks these people are so highly, influential, and these people they got the right things to talk about. Everything they have to say just makes so much sense. And I'm like, Mom, I don't even want to be in the same room with these people. These people are low IQ people to me. But the way she was saying it, it's like, I need help. Like me, I'm the one that needs the help. I need the guidance. I'm like, Mom, these people are not qualified to speak to me. They are not qualified. But she was so convinced, and I just had to fall back. I had to fall back because I'm like, man, this is not, meaningful. This is not a meaningful conversation. And she kept on. One thing that was funny, she kept on talking about how nobody is gonna force her to wear pants. This was interesting. She said nobody's gonna force her to wear pants in the organization. Nobody's gonna force her to wear pants. But so she's gonna always wear a skirt. I'm like, Mom, nobody forced you to wear pants, but they forced you to wear a skirt? She did not understand that at all. I'm like, Mom, imagine you in the 1990s going into the Kingdom Hall with jeans on. And she said, no, I would never do that. I would never do that. I'm like, Mom, you don't get it. You don't get what I'm saying. Imagine you making a fashion statement and going into the Kingdom Hall with jeans on in the 1990s. She did not. It never rung a bell. It never made, like, what I was saying never made any sense to her. And I just said, I had to give up because I'm like, because she believes she has, like, that statement is her believing that she actually has free will and that she actually was drawing these conclusions or coming up with these ideas of, so-called not wearing jeans. She believes that this is something that she came up with on her own. And I'm like, Mom, are we really sitting here? I'm like, Mom, there's so many things important in life. Like, life has a lot of importance in it. There's a lot of things that are important in life. I'm like, Mom, me and you are really sitting here arguing about whether or not somebody should be wearing pants or skirts at church. Like, that is, I'm like, Mom, that is probably the most meaningless conversation I've had all week. Like, that has zero meaning. There's so much. Oh, and we're sitting here like going blow for blow about some pants, getting worked up about why she doesn't wear pants and why she doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna make her wear pants. I'm sitting here like, my goodness, this is primitive. This is a primitive discussion, and that's really what you come up with. That's really what happens. Forget about technology. When you're talking to JWs, you might as well be 2,000 years in the past, because that's really where their mind is. Like, they probably walk around and oh goodness. I would argue, not from experience, but I would argue that Jehovah's Witnesses don't know how to clean their private parts. Yeah, I said it. Because I don't know, it's just very hard for me to believe that somebody who thinks this way is, making sure the certain areas of their body is fresh and ready to go at all times. I know it's kind of random that I brought that up, but imagine somebody from 2,000 years ago talking to you. Like, they stink. Like, they don't know how to clean themselves because they lived 2,000 years ago. They don't have the modern hygienic products that we have today. And I just think if you're sitting around thinking about 2,000 years ago all the time, and you're so inspired by people that lived 2,000, 3,000 years ago, I would assume that if you're inspired by them, you might be missing a few things, like hygiene. Shout out to the JWs that do practice good hygiene, though. Y'all the real MVPs. But I'm willing to bet hygiene gets looked over sometimes. Hygiene gets missed in the process. when you're thinking about, when you're inspired by people from 2,000, 3,000 years ago. I mean, there's got to be somebody that you're inspired by that lives now, right? I mean, just think about it. You know how they be bringing up those stories about like Moses and 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 you know how we should be more like David, or we should be more like Noah. We should be more like, you know, these people stunk, right? You know, these people couldn't wash their own butts, right? You know that, right? These people stunk. I don't want to be more like them. They should want to be more like me. Blown away by some of this stuff, man. Some of this stuff. I'm over here on a Friday, busy Friday afternoon, driving home, and I get in an argument about skirts and jeans with my mom. Somehow I get sucked into it, and then I said something that makes sense, and it makes no sense to her. Like, Mom, nobody's forcing you to wear jeans. We get that. You're not gonna let them force you to wear jeans, and they're not forcing you to wear jeans. They just lifted the rule that you can wear jeans now. They're not forcing anybody to wear them. But guess what? If you would have showed up in the 90s with a skirt on, I mean with some jeans on in the Kingdom Hall, they would have taken you to the back room and had some and talked to you. They would have had some words for you. Just like the beard situation. They're not forcing you to have a beard. But if you would have showed up to the Kingdom Hall in the 90s or the early 2000s, they would have taken you to the back room and had some words for you. Or they would have silently shunned you, like, you know that silent shunning. But anyway, I don't want to ramble because I feel like what I said so far in this video has meaning to it. But I don't want to ramble. I do need to elaborate, I know, because I kind of jumped around a little bit. But this is a freestyle too, you know. I don't write this stuff down. I did write down the channels, but I don't write this stuff down. But it was interesting to me that how my mom just holds these people in the congregation to such high standards. And thinks I should go talk to them. No, I'm not going to go talk to these people. These people are crazy. These people are nuts. These people don't even know what's good for them. These people have no psychological background or education. They're not doctors. They didn't go to college for. I damn sure know they didn't go to college for the stuff that they're teaching. They're not theologians either. They didn't study the Bible in school. They opened it up like everybody else. And Watchtower told them what they should be reading and expressing. That's it. They're not even Bible experts. They don't even know what their own Bible says. The Watchtower interprets everything for them. So why would I want to talk to anybody like that? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Anyway, let me get to my day. I got a little busy day going on. Hopefully I don't pass out due to heat exhaustion. But I'm gonna try to stay cool. You guys try to stay cool too. All right, peace.